So welcome to this section on love, grace and miracles. I think I mentioned it earlier, but the most important premise to live our lives from is this one. If we are not coming from love and compassion in our lives, as I said earlier, we're transferring and projecting. And our true nature is love, and to remember to come from that place. Now, before I became a psychology of vision trainer, I was a nurse, and I had the greatest privilege of nursing so many people that were dying. And right at the end of their lives, there is only one thing that ever matters to them, and that was how much they gave love and how much they felt love. Nothing else mattered. It wasn't about even a successful career or being famous or the BMW in the garage. And it really was something that was really noticeable for me during my nursing career. And I know that love is our true nature. And if we remember that and we are aware of it, then it can develop into greater experiences of love and heightened states of consciousness. When we're willing to love that much, we open ourselves up to grace. Those moments in our lives where there is transformation, healing, and like a bittersweet, poignant feeling, something that really touches us. So grace, this feeling of grace, and Jeff will talk more about it, it is our birthright. It makes life flow, it makes life so much easier. Things come towards us and life is just fresh and easy, so much easier, because we are living a life of grace, in grace, and letting grace move through us.
For many of us, it starts in a more practical way, where we start experiencing love. And typically we start experiencing that human love, where we have this sense of love for other people, for our partner, for our children, for our parents. And it's that love that has all those other emotions in, because love is made up of so many different emotions. Gratitude, appreciation, sharing, compassion. Take all those good emotions and put together, they're love. And at times one might be stronger than the other. But it's what truly binds us together as people. It's the most important thing. And so as that love grows, and we then can start sharing that love with other people, that we can extend past our partners to the people in the world and the people we meet, our friends, our community, that no matter what is going on for them, that we never lose sight of that, because that's an essential truth. No matter what is going on in a family, no matter what is going on in any situation, at the very core of it all, at the very heart of it all, everybody really loves everybody. And all that other stuff is just getting in the way. And if we could remember that and always go for the love, if we keep doing that, at some point we suddenly realize that we can get good at receiving love. So we give love to others and we receive love. And this flow starts in our life that moves us through our lives. And then at some point we'll also recognize there'll be a third party there that also loves us. The Creator, God, heaven, the universe, whatever your belief is. And you start experiencing that Creator's love for you, the love of a Creator for their son, for their daughter, for their creation. And when we start feeling that, that's grace. That's heaven's love for us. And when we start feeling that, we can share that with the world. That goes out into the world. We can give that to the people around us. We can walk into situations and have that energy. And when we do that, that becomes our miracle mindedness. That's when who we are and what comes through us creates miracles in our worlds. And again, that is our birthright too. We're all miracle mindedness. We all have that ability.
So it's a question of asking ourselves the question, where am I choosing to invest my mind and heart in my life, with the people I love in my life? And as we start to invest in love, it opens us up to grace. And as we're willing to open ourselves up to grace, and sometimes that happens obviously in relationships or through joining, then what happens is we get a complete flip in our perception of our world and who we are in it. And the miracle can totally start to work through us. And we'll realise that we are the miracle.
This reminds me of that story, that metaphorical story about a man looking back at his life. And he sees his life as a series of footprints in the sand. And for much of the journey, he notices that there's two pairs of footprints. And as he looks at them, he comes to sections and notices that suddenly at points, one pair of footprints disappears and there's only one pair left. And the man in his dying or his aging state turns to God and says to God, look, these were the times when you weren't around. That's when I had to do it by myself. It was only me there step by step. And God reminds him and said, no, because those were the times that I carried you. This is true for all of us. It's so easy that we don't realize how much we're being helped. And the amount that we're being helped is the same as recognizing how difficult it is for us to ask for help. We go through lives, and sometimes how bad does it have to get before finally, you beg for help? What do you need to face before you go down on your hands and knees and pray? Because all of us will have that point in our life. If we get smart and start realizing that grace is always available to us, that help is always reaching out for us, and all we need to do is open our minds and ask for it, to invite it in. And we don't have to wait for things to get really bad. That we can use this power every day in every situation. Because it's limitless. We can have all we want. It's heaven's love for us.
Throughout my time working as a psychology of vision trainer, I've done many workshops all over the world. And using our ability to extend ourselves in love and allow grace and maybe miracles to work through us. If people have an investment in that, a willingness to think about that, to learn about that, their evolution in terms of their healing process is graceful and easy, as opposed to other people that come to workshops who really feel that it's all up to them, who don't have a belief in the experience or know the experience of love, grace and miracles. It seems to be that their healing journey is a little harder and more difficult. They get there in the end, but it seems to be a little slower. So as we open ourselves up more to love, grace and miracles, our healing process is so much quicker and easier and lighter. And there are many times in my life when I look around in the world and I just think, gosh, there but for the grace of love and life go I.
It's important to remember as much as we can that whatever situation we're in, whatever's going on in our life, that we need to look for the love. We need to focus on the love. Because where our thoughts go and where our minds go is what we'll find. And no matter how bad a situation is, if we're willing to expand that much, if we're willing to change that much, we will always find the love. Because it's the same as saying, there's nowhere that God isn't. There's nowhere that love isn't. It's just our perception, it's just our way of looking at it that needs to change until that becomes our reality. Because that's the truth about all of us. We are love, we've come from love, and we're going to go back to love.